Hello and welcome to today's lecture or today's class on F4, that is Corporate and Business Law. Today we will be starting off with our very first kit session. I will be practicing certain questions with you, all right, and telling you different ways, which are the best ways to tackle MCQs and MTQs. What is your exam procedure? And what kind of questions can you expect from what part of the syllabus? We will be looking at all of that today. Okay, let me share the screen with you first. All right. So first of all, let's look at the format of the exam that you will have to follow for F4, your law exam. You will have your question paper divided. Of course, that's a CBE. You are going to attempt a computer-based exam. All right. So your format would be that you will have 45. You will have two sections, Section A and Section B. Section A will consist of 45 multiple choice questions, MCQs. Okay, each MCQ can be worth 1 or 2 marks, and that will make up 70 marks in total for you from Section A. In Section B, you will have 5 MTQs or multiple task questions worth 6 marks each. 5 questions worth 6 marks each. That will make a total of 30 for you in your part B. 70 plus 30 a total of 100, and the standard for passing your exam is 50. You have to score at least 50 marks to pass your exam. I will give you a very basic tip to finish your paper in the shortest time possible is that just go through all the questions, just keep on clicking on next, next, next. Okay, attempt those questions first which you find the easiest and you are 100% sure of them. In case there are any questions that you think are doubtful for you, or you do not remember the answers as that good in a that well, then you can just write down that numbers. You will of course have a pencil and paper with you. You can write down the question number, okay, and which you are unsure about, and you can attempt those later. This will save you a lot of time. Attempt those questions first which you know are 100% correct. You are sure, you have a surety of them, that you know them. Okay, but there are certain, if there are certain questions that you do not, you think you're unsure about, then keep them for the last. Just note them down and attempt those at last. This will save you a lot of time. Okay, so first of all, we will be starting off with part A, that is the English legal system. Okay, the law and the legal system. What kind of questions here? There's a chance that you will have your very simple questions from this part, because this does not involve case laws. Okay, very straightforward questions, like the first one: which of the following is a prosecutor in a criminal law case? Which of the following is the prosecutor in a criminal law case? Okay, just try to link it like this, that criminal law is public law. Who is the prosecutor in public law? It's the state. All right, the answer for this one is A, and this is a fairly easy question. Okay, and that's why you have only 1 mark for this. Okay, second: which of the following describes the standard of proof in civil law case? We studied civil law and criminal law through a table. Remember, one side was criminal law and the other side was civil law. And what was the difference of the standard of proof? In criminal law, it was beyond any reasonable doubt, and in civil law, it was based on the balance of probabilities. It was based on the balance of probabilities. So the option that we are going to choose, you just will just go right now. We are, because taking the screenshot from the textbook, I'm not able to select it, but you will click on B, that's balance of probabilities, and submit your answer. Remember one thing: until and unless you don't click on end your exam or finish your exam option, you always have the option of going back and changing your submitted answer. All right. You have until and unless you click end on your exam, you always have the option of going back to your submitted answer and changing it. For instance, when you recheck, of course you will recheck your whole paper. You will recheck all the questions that you have answered. Okay. And then in that case, let's say you clicked C, you say no, no, C is not the answer, it's B. You can always correct your answer and submit it again. Don't think that once you've submitted one question you cannot go back and change it. You always can go back and change it unless and until you end your exam. Okay. Moving on to the next question, which is which of the following is a remedy available under civil law? Under civil law, fine is implemented on criminals, imprisonment is implemented on criminals. So what remedy did civil law give us? It gave us the remedy of damages. All right. This is how you have to attempt your questions. Okay. Go for the easiest ones first. Keep the harder ones for the last. Okay. Other than that, I told you you can always go back and change your answer if you are, unsure or that maybe this was the correct one or the other one. And one more thing is when you have four options or when you have three options, you know, strike off those or ignore the ones that you think are totally not relating to the topic. Always keep two options that you think go the closest with the topic. All right. Let's attempt a question of 2 marks here. Which type of law is concerned with the function and operation of local authorities? Remember local authorities? Local authorities like your municipality or your national health services, your health services. All of these are your local authorities. So, local authorities, okay, which type of law do local authorities function with? They are available to the public, that deals with public law. So the option here is A. The type of law that concerns with the function and operation of local authorities is public law. Of course, private law is between individuals and businesses. Common law is not, it's not at all something that's related to local authorities. Common law is a different, totally different definition. And equity, so the two options that we will eliminate immediately are C and D. Common law and equity do not concern with local authorities. We will try to find the right answer between private law and public law. Local authorities, give it a thought, your national health services or your municipality services, they deal with the public, right? That's public law. So your answer here or your correct option is public law or uh, answer number A. Okay. So let's move on to the next question. Now here you have to give two responses. Only then will you be able to score 2 marks. Okay. Which two of the following terms are associated with criminal law rather than civil law? Again, just run your mind through criminal and civil law. Okay. And when you remember criminal law, you will remember punishment. Okay. You will remember public law. Compensation is something that is given in civil law. Okay. And claimant, again, it comes in private law, and private law relates to civil law. So the two options that we are going to select are punishment and public law. Why? Because criminal law is a form of public law, and a remedy that's available in criminal law is punishment. All right. Moving on to another type of question that you can get here is let's go on to sources of law. Okay. Sources of law here, let's go to, okay, question 2.9. This is a tricky question. Which of the following statements concerning the principle of binding precedent is not correct? Now in this question, okay, you have to select the option which is not correct. You don't have to select the correct option, but you have to select the wrong option. Let's read the statements first. The first statement is mistakes by judges are eliminated. We are talking about binding precedent. Remember your obiter dicta, okay? Ratio resident die, all of that, okay? Second statement is general legal principles are established. Of course, that's done in your binding precedent. The law is based on actual rather than theoretical cases. Of course, remember all the case laws that we studied, all of them are actual, factual, real cases. They're not theoretical, okay? The law is flexible and can develop with changing circumstances. Remember, there were changes in the case. There were laws that were changed, and over the time, uh, if the higher court judge gave a decision or overruled the decision, what happened here? The law was being flexible and it changed with the changing circumstances. So, statement B, C, and D is correct, and mistakes by judges are not eliminated. In the first place, judges are not allowed to make mistakes, and if they are make a mistake, that is not eliminated. So, the options which is not correct is A. Okay, so here you have to choose the wrong statement rather than the correct statement. Mistakes by judges can never be eliminated. All right. The other options are correct statements concerned binding precedent. So we'll look at another tricky question. Just let me find one. Okay, correct. Formation of contracts. So let's come to this part. Let's go through a good question. Okay. Here again 3.10, you have to select two options of the following which are examples of valid offers. Which two of the following are examples of valid offers? First option is you have to say which offers are valid here. Okay, in these examples where offers are valid. The first option that is available to us is a person verbally stating to another person that they would like to sell their computer to them for £500 today. Okay, I think this is correct. I would select A. A newspaper advert that states a shop is selling shoes for £20. Remember adverts and your goods in shop display and all of that things. I think this is invitation to treat. Okay. Thirdly, a person handing their shopping to a supermarket checkout operator. Okay. Last of all, a business that circulates its price list to customers. Which of the following? The first one is an example, the second is invitation to treat, and the third one, a person is, handing the shopping to a supermarket checkout operator. So therefore option A and option C. Now you see these are the type of questions that you will have to face when you are practicing your kit. Of course, I am only attempting certain questions with you. I expect you to try to attempt them all and make your own mark sheet with you. Okay, and see if you're attempting 10 questions, how many of the questions you got right out of them. All right. So this is some of the tricks and some of the questions that we are attempting in our kit session. Please try to attempt these on your own and make your own mark sheet. See how well you score and how well is your understanding of this particular subject. This will show you where you stand in your syllabus, or if you are done with part A, how well are you done with part A. In case you do not perform well in the first attempt, no problem. You can always go back to the lectures. You can always refer the textbook again and then attempt the questions again. If there are certain questions that you got wrong, you can see where did you lack, where did you go wrong, where were your concepts not strong enough that you got the answer correct. So that's all for our kit session. Thank you very much.